Welcome back, everyone. Lore here. Alright, so we just finished up with the Ice Block Shrine, or the Cryonis Shrine. And the old man kind of flew in from the sky with his paraglider, and he told us to go to a place marked by an X on the map. Basically, what he's talking about is the Temple of Time. So just to kind of save you guys from having to watch me warp, I warped back to the Shrine of Resurrection, which is right here in the middle of the map. Just for quicker travel to get back to the Temple of Time. And he's actually going to be up on the steeple, which is where we got our bow and arrow, the soldier's bow, earlier on in my walkthrough. But just in case you didn't take the time to go up there, it'll be there when we go now to talk to the old man. Also, while we're going back this way, it's always a good idea to keep checking these rocks, by the way. Which is another thing that yellow rune lights up for you, which is another reason why I consider it a really great searching tool. It also shows you the fruit on the trees, all sorts of good stuff. But anyway, every now and again the rock pickups will reset themselves, so if you pick up a gemstone under a rock or a lizard, come back later and oftentimes they will reappear. Usually after a blood moon. What's a blood moon? A blood moon is when we're going to do all of our cooking. Reason being is you get a bonus with every meal. You don't have to wait for a random bonus. You get a bonus with every meal you cook during a blood moon. Now that we have 4 spirit orbs, we can trade those in at the goddess statue here for our first stamina vessel. And just in case you missed my earlier videos, I always recommend completing your stamina wheels first before you start working on your heart containers. Reason being, watch my earlier video for that. Long story short, there's plenty of ways to mitigate only having 3 heart containers with fairies and extra heart containers and all that fun stuff. Just get the extra stamina. That's going to pay dividends. The last thing you want to do is impede your own progress by not having the stamina to make climbs up cliffs, or paragliding through the air, or swimming, or whatever. Or that mid-air bow and arrow archery. The more stamina, the better. Alright. So we're once again going to make our way to the top of the structure here. And there's another Korok seed up here that I forgot about. I made the climb up here earlier, but I forgot to climb all the way to the top of that steeple. There's a Korok seed up there. A little bit tricky to get down from, but it's doable. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to skip all this stuff. But for you guys, just take the time to watch all these videos. Nintendo did a really good job putting the storyline of this game together, so do take the time to watch everything, read everything as they do. Really great storyline to this game. Alright. Now that we have our paraglider, we can go ahead and finish up with the Great Plateau. The reason I said not to get the warm doublet, which is the cold protection shirt, or whatever you want to call that thing, jacket, is because if you wait to this point to get it, we can actually clear the treasure chest. And later on, when we upgrade our Sheikah Slate, you can actually search for treasure chests. And there is a glitch in the game to where if you get that stupid shirt, before you're able to get it from the treasure chest, the game will glitch out and it will think the treasure chest is still there, and your Sheikah Slate will keep bringing you back to that point. If you wait to get it from the treasure chest, like we're about to do now, then you don't have to worry about that glitch. You can search the area for treasure chests, and it will not bring you back to the false point. Where's the treasure chest, you might ask? We're heading there now. It's at the old man's cabin. There's another way to get that warm doublet. 2 ways, actually. You can talk to the old man all the way up on top of that mountain, which I wasn't doing a good job earlier on with the map. he's standing up here. You can talk to him and get it that way. You can also cook a meal. If you read his diary, he talks about a meal that he forgot an ingredient to. The recipe is a high roll bass, a piece of raw meat, which you would have to kill a wild boar out of the forest for, and a chili pepper. And that would be your secret recipe. And then you talk to the old man again, and he says, "Oh, you got my secret ingredient or secret recipe down. Here's the warm doublet." But like I said, we want to make sure we wait, open that treasure chest, and avoid any future game glitches with treasure hunting. Alright, so now that we've got our warm doublet, we're going to go ahead and touch down off the Great Plateau. The reason we do that is because we need to complete that. Once you touch down, it says Hyrule Kingdom. Now there's a secret Korok seed. All we do is we go back to the Shrine of Resurrection. We go back to that bathtub-looking thing that Link originally woke up in the beginning of the game. And there will be a Korok seed there waiting for us. So the reason I like to make landfall here, so to speak, is because there's all these free gemstones for the taking. It just kind of makes sense to me to do it this way. There's also a hidden treasure chest, might as well, while we're here. Little false wall to blow up. Okay, so that's where we went. We touched down right in that little ravine, or whatever you want to call that thing. Okay, so we're pretty much done down here for now. Let's go grab that Korok seed that I mentioned real quick. We're going to have 21 Korok seeds by the time we're done with the Great Plateau. And we're going to use those to upgrade our inventory, which is going to be awesome! Trust me, you're going to be sick and tired of leaving really good weapons behind because you're just out of inventory. So one thing I like to do very, very early on in my walkthrough is talk to Hestu, which is the guy we're going to have to trade our Korok seeds in for increasing our inventory. Expanding our inventory, I should say. Okay, so here's that Korok seed that is not visible until we get that message that says Hyrule Kingdom. So if you bought the downloadable content, you're going to have all these little EX treasure things popping up right now. Lots and lots of extras with those downloads. Worth every penny, folks. If you did not already buy that downloadable content, you're going to have a lot more fun with this game if you do. You don't have to. You're still going to have fun playing the game without it, but the way I see it is if you're going to spend $60 on a video game, you might as well spend the extra $20 and get all the added stuff. Alright, so we're going to jump down. There's lots to do in the forest here. Free piece of flint. I'm going to try to do a better job of showing you guys on the map what we're doing here. It's always best to kind of keep your eyes on the ground. You're going to see lots of extra stuff to pick up along the way. And lizards. You are going to need 35 hightail lizards in this game to upgrade your boots, snow boots and sand boots, which will speed you up on those two surfaces respectively. You will also need those lizards for upgrading the climbing gear, which is going to be huge because you'll be able to jump up these cliff walls and use half the stamina. Okay, so now we're going to head over here to the top of this little mountain, hilltop, whatever you want to call that thing. There will be another Korok seed there waiting for us. Also, keep your eyes on these trees for beetles. They are hard to spot, and you do have to kind of train your eyes. Oh yeah, if you guys wanted that raw meat, Just shoot a boar in the head and you'll get your raw meat. I use that raw meat to feed the dogs, by the way. Later on when we get to stables, most of the stables will have a dog. You feed the dog 3 pieces of meat, and they unlock a secret treasure chest, which are usually pretty lucrative. It might be 10 ice arrows, or a star fragment, or something quite valuable, like a gold rupee or a silver rupee. Okay, so this is another type of croc we haven't seen yet, and it's at the end of this old decayed tree log or whatever. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and mark that on the map with a leaf, just so that you guys know where that one started. Because when the seed marks on the map, it'll show you where it ends, not where it starts. Which can kind of make croc hunting confusing later on. Okay, now we're going to kind of head out this direction. East. Get up. Jerk. Yeah, the wildlife can attack Link. I should probably mention that for safety's sake. But this is what I'm looking for. This cooking pot. You got some free arrows sitting here and a traveler's bow if you need it. I don't recommend carrying torches. There's plenty of other ways to light fires in this game without worrying about a torch. Anytime you come across a pile of leaves like this, just throw a bomb at it. That will disperse the leaves so that you can pick up the rock for a croc seed. Okay, now we're going to head back to this little area here. That's going to be another little area with some ruins. There's going to be a bad boy nest there with another treasure chest. Now, something I should probably point out when it comes to these bad boy nests, if the guy in the guard tower sees you, he will sound a horn and alert everybody else to your presence. So it's always a good idea to take care of the guard towers first, when it makes sense anyway. You know, that time I just happened to have a bad guy on my way before I could get there. But also those guard tower guys will usually drop arrows and a bow. So when you're done with all the bad guys at a given nest, the eyes will turn from purple to yellow, and then you can open up your treasure chest. Alrighty, from here, we are going to hit yet another bad boy nest. And there's also a stone talus down here somewhere. This will just be for rough math. But we're not going to kill him just yet. He's kind of tough, especially if you're a beginner. He is quite a challenge, so we're going to come back to that when we're a little bit better equipped. I.e. we have better weapons, and we have attack power meals we can boost our attack power up with. Better defense, etc. Okay, so there's a lizard. Like I said, they're very hard to spot. You really have to train your eyes to see them. But there he is, just right up against the tree. Simply lob a bomb. Will stun your lizard, and you can go pick it up with ease. Always use that yellow rune, folks. All around, it's going to really be your bread and butter for searching for things. Things that you would otherwise normally just walk right by, light right up for you. It's just a good habit to get into, so that you're not missing a bunch of stuff to pick up. Okay, so here's that other bad boy nest. I think I'm going to bump my weaponry up here just a bit. The good thing about bad boy nests that have weapons up against a tree log like this is they're always going to run toward their weapons first. So you can kind of beat them to the punch, run over there and just start swinging away before they have a chance to arm themselves with shields and weapons. Alrighty. Take a quick peek around. Always, always, always take the time to open up the crates. Apples, arrows are going to be what you get early game, but later on you're going to get better ingredients like hardy durians, which give you extra heart containers. You might get palm fruit, which give you extra hearts. Just all sorts of goodies. Just open up the crates, folks. I mentioned earlier on, but you should have at least 100 arrows coming off the Great Plateau. Plenty of ammunition for your bows. And the apples, collect tons and tons of apples. Reason being is when we go hunting for horses, you're going to feed those horses apples, and that's going to tame them that much faster. Not only that, later on when we get the motorcycle, you can use apples to fuel your motorcycle. Yes, you get a motorcycle if you bought the downloadable content. Really, really cool. It's not that fast, though. It's kind of disappointing. I thought, ooh, a motorcycle. This is going to be the fastest transportation in the game. The horse I'm going to show you guys, the 5-star speedster horse, it's actually faster. It is the fastest mode of transportation in the game. Other people out there on the internet will tell you otherwise, but folks, I broke the stopwatch out, and I timed them all. The fastest ground transportation in the game is the 5-star speedster horse. So I will show you where to get that and how to catch it. You can't beat it. Okay, I don't think I'm going to make it up there. That's what I get for getting in a hurry trying to jump up here. Oh yeah, I should probably show you on the map what we're doing here. And that treasure chest I forgot to mark. So we're climbing this big stone structure. It's right up there on the northwestern corner of the map. So yeah, 5-star speedster horse. We're going to be getting that here real soon. As soon as we're done with the Great Plateau, and we're done getting all of our Korok seeds and our treasure chests, we're going to head to the lake, Lake Hylia. We're going to get some shock arrows, and we're going to get a long-distance bow. It's called the Phonics bow, or the Pharnic bow, or I can't pronounce the doggone thing. I'm bad with names, folks, if you haven't already figured that out. I'm horrible with pronunciation. And they name these things in this game really, really weird. Like these shrines. Yeah, I'm never going to be able to pronounce these things. So, I just kind of call them what I call them. And usually people can kind of catch on to what I'm talking about. So yeah, the Phonics bow and the shock arrows. That's how we're going to go catch our horse. Super important to get a good horse in this game. Okay, try to kind of walk around slower up here. Sometimes there'll be a lizard. I'm not seeing one this trip, which is unfortunate. Whoops. Oh yeah, when you're swinging around in the grass, every now and again an insect will pop up, so make sure you're ready for that. And it's always a good idea to be ready to hit that A button whenever you're swinging your weapon around in grass. Alright, so that's pretty much it for now. We're going to break video when we come back. We're going to meet back up at the Ice Block Shrine. And we're going to be doing some more hunting for croc seeds and treasure. Lots of fun to be had when we come back.